Okay. Give me a little bit. Yeah, man, breathe.
Hello. I'm trying to adjust my lighting. Good night. How is everyone doing tonight? I am your host, Camille Onish Ismail. Again, you guys know who I am from Glam Girls Empowerment TV, where we empower you to win. And tonight we have a special friend of mine, long friend of mine, Miss Jossett Hill. We're going to be discussing tonight financial freedom in the ghetto. So if you need, I know most of you guys are out watching Black Panther and, you know, hi Margaret, thank you for joining. So we're going to be talking about financial freedom because a lot of us are in business. And what we do is we spend our money wrong. We don't invest properly. We don't use our money properly. So tonight she's going to give us some insights and different tools and strategies on how to invest our money, on how to better use our money at home, in our marriages, in our relationships. And as you know, I'm a business owner, so this is good for me. So I'm going to be replaying this video. So if you have any questions tonight, go ahead and type them in the box. Miss Jossett will be willing to answer them. I won't be answering any questions tonight. All right? So invite your friend, tell your friend to come on in. This is free information. We don't get free information often anymore because everybody wants money for information. So she's going to give us some information tonight, which we're grateful for. And we're going to go right into it. Hey, Shirley. How are you? So come on over, Joe. So here you have it. Miss Jossett White, Financial Freedom in the Ghetto.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. It's so wonderful to be here. I'm very happy and grateful that I'm able to share with you tonight just a few of my thoughts and a few of my knowledge. And it's with great pleasure that I join you guys in your group tonight. And hopefully I'll be able to answer some questions. Well, as she said, my name is Jossett Hill, and I am the founder for JAH Insurance Solutions and Financial Services. And what we do is we provide financial services for small business owners as well as individuals. I do a lot of bookkeeping and accounting, and it's tax season now, so we do a lot of income tax preparation, and we do a lot of representation for clients in front of the IRS. And we provide a lot of credit counseling, debt consolidation, stuff like that, through the businesses that we run. So hopefully tonight I'll be able to shed some light on what it means to be financial independent, especially in the ghetto. A lot of times we feel like it's unachievable and it's unattainable for us, but we definitely can get there.
Okay. It's so good to have you. So good to see you. It's been a long time. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm wonderful. It's a little busy time of year right now because a lot of people are trying to get their tax refund quickly.
Yeah.
And you know, our business is very, very busy right now, but it's good. Busy is good.
It's good when you are busy.
Yep. Busy is good.
Like I just finished my webinar and it was really good. So we had social media training, and then I jumped right on over here. And then when I'm done, I got to send out some emails. So I understand the busy and get up in the morning and do it all over again. So you got to reset and rinse and reuse.
Wonderful.
Right. So the first question I'm going to ask you, Jossett, is why do you believe that in our community right here, or whoever is watching, I know we have Europe here online, they watch it tomorrow morning. People are there in the group from Nigeria, some are from Haiti. So we're not just touching, some are from Jamaica. Hi, Dwayne. We're not just touching our community, we're touching the nation, the world right here. And so we just want everybody to know on a broad spectrum. Hi, Gail. How can we be financially free on a small income? what would you suggest?
Okay, so a lot of times financial freedom happens in the mind first,
Okay.
before we can see it happening anywhere else. And a lot of times we feel like because we're on this small income or this small budget, we feel like it's not achievable for us, it's not attainable for us. But it doesn't matter where you are financially. Financial freedom is attainable, it's achievable, as long as you know how to get there. And that's what I really want to talk about, because a lot of times financial advisors will go to somebody, they'll sit down and they'll come up with a plan for financial freedom, but they don't really go into details and give them a path as to how to get there. And so they'll pay this whole lot of money for somebody to come and give them a financial plan, and at the end of the day, when they look at the plan, they don't have a workable plan to get them to where they want to get to. So hopefully,
can you give us 2 tips
tonight
on someone that makes $300 a week, right? That's $1,200 a month. How can they use that $1,200 per month to become financially free? Can you give us 2 tips?
The first thing you would have to do, whenever I talk with a family that has a small income, the first thing I would tell them to do is to use 50% of your income. So you have to learn how to live on a fixed budget. Okay. So you will take 50% of whatever it is your income is, and half of that income you're going to create a fixed budget, and that budget has to be a workable, livable budget on only 50%. So in your scenario, you said $300 a week.
Right.
So you have to learn how to live on $150 a week, whatever it takes. Whether that means downscaling your home, downscaling your groceries, downscaling your lifestyle, whatever it takes to live on 50% of what you earn, you would do that first. So that would be the first step.
Okay.
And the second step would be to use the other 50% of your income to generate additional income.
Okay.
So that 50% is what you're going to use towards creating wealth. The next 50%. And we're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk
tonight.
about that. So now, again, you guys heard that, right? So if you have any questions, you can type them in the box. So if you have $300 a week per week for your income and you're listening tonight, this is for you. This is for people who make over $300, but we're starting with small amounts, because remember, micro wins help you to get to your macro, right? So you got to start small, and then we'll go to the people who make $5,000.
Right.
You know, we'll get there. So we're working our way there. Now, Jossett, let's say they go to the grocery store. What would you suggest for someone living on a $150 budget at the grocery store per week? If they have children, how would they manage that $150?
Well,
give us 2 tips.
You would definitely have to figure out your lifestyle.
Right.
See how well you can live on $150 a week. You have to make that decision. So as far as grocery goes, then you have to figure out what are some of the things. You have to come up with a workable budget. So if it's $150, that $150 is not going towards just food.
Right.
You have other bills and all these other stuff. So let's say maybe it's just $25 for food.
Okay.
Then you have to learn to live on $25.
Okay.
So whatever it is that you can get on $25, that's what you have to get. At the same time, not focusing on lack.
Right.
Because when you focus on lack, then you generate lack in
right.
your life. So the mindset, you have to know that I am doing this to better my future. So I am making the sacrifice to have a less food in my house, just so that in the future I can have more. So what you're doing what you need to do now, so that later on you can actually do what you want to do.
Okay. So there you have it, you guys. If your groceries is $50, cut it down to $25. Now, budget accordingly. That's what she just said. Learning something tonight.
And that's one of the other things too. And in the ghetto, a lot of times we don't have somebody to show us how to create a workable budget.
Okay.
Because a budget is not putting your income and your expenses together. That's not a budget. That's just income and expenses statement.
Okay.
Somebody who wants to create wealth or wants to create financial abundance in their life has to have a workable budget. And that's literally taking everything that you earn and everything that you spend and look at both of them. A lot of time we spend more than we earn, and we wonder, where the heck did we get that from? You know, how did we spend more than we earn? So a lot of times I sit with families a lot of times to help them create a financial plan. And a lot of times when I go and sit down with a family, 8 out of 10 does not have a budget and does not even know how much they earn or spend per month. You know, they'll say things like, I don't know, last week I earned X amount, but then this week I only did less hours, so this week it's gonna be X. Or they'll say something like, well, last month I paid X amount for utilities, but then this month, I don't know, the cable bill is a little bit higher. So people does not have like a handle on what they earn most of the time, and they don't have a handle on what they spend. And that's a problem. And there's no way you can achieve financial independence if you don't know what the heck.
So would you suggest that we like keep track of our receipts just like business owners, so that we could tell how much we spend at the end of the week?
Yeah, keeping receipts is good, but also writing it down. You know, if you definitely want to keep track of it, write it down. You know, get a notebook, write down how much your income is each week, and write down everything that you spend. A lot of times we spend without even thinking. You know, we just go there, we buy a cup of coffee, or we'll buy McDonald's, or we buy whatever, and we're not even tracking it. So just write down everything. You know, if it's gas or utilities or food, you can write it down, so that way you have a good handle on what you're spending. Because a lot of times if you write it down, you'll realize where you're spending where you don't need to. You can save where you're spending. So, but you don't think of it because you didn't write it down. So if you make the conscious effort to write it down, it will get you thinking about it. So that's a good plan to do.
Okay, are you guys getting it? All right, so how long will it take a person, we're working with the $1,200, how long will it take them if they start a financial plan? How long will it take them to come out of that debt and be free? How long would you say? 5 years, 10 years, 20 years?
So in order to find that out, first of all, people would need to find out what it means for them to become financially independent. So let's talk about that for a minute. So what does financial independence is? And a lot of people might think financial independence is getting out of debt or just having a lot of money. You can go on vacation, or you can spend without looking at the price tag, or whatever it is for you. I'm going to give you the definition of financial independence. Financial independence is actually whenever your passive income can take care of all your expenses.
Hold on. Explain to them first what is passive income, because some people might not know what passive income is. Okay,
so I'll explain what is financial independence, and then I'll tell them what passive income is, and so they'll see the difference and what they would need to do to get there. So once your passive income, or what we call cash flow, it's income that you didn't have to get up and go to work for. So if you have a job, you have to get up and go to work, right? But for a passive income, that's a cash flow income that you did not get up and go to work for. So once that type of income can take care of all your expenses, then you're considered to be financially independent.
Okay.
So we can talk about what passive income is. So now you'll understand how to figure out your path, because your path and the time it's going to take you to get there is going to depend on you. It's different for everyone, right?
Okay.
So passive income is not income that you get up and go for a job. But when you have a job, you're actually trading your time for money. So, and time is very precious. So if you're trading your time for money, then it means you can do only so much. It means that we only have 24 hours in the day. So with that 24 hours, how many of those hours you're going to give to a job? So how many of those hours you're going to give to a job might very well determine your income. So since there's a max on time, there's going to be a max on your income as well. So you have to think outside that box. So in order to create wealth, or in order to create financial independence, you have to think, how am I going to generate income without having to get up and go to work for it? So some of the things that you can do to generate passive income, it varies. You can probably think of investing in anything. It could be CDs, stocks, mutual funds, 401k. All that is investing in something that will generate interest. Also, you can think about rental properties or a business that is generating cash flow. A lot of people have businesses that generate cash flow. Like you'll see when you go into a store, you'll see those vending machines.
Right.
A vending machine, you stock it up and you walk away. And vending machine consistently spits out money for you. You didn't have to stay there, right?
It's just like
You're
when a life coach,
sleeping.
When a life coach, like for me, we set up our ebooks online and people constantly download them and pay us. So we make money in our sleep.
Right. So things like ebooks, internet marketing, things like, let's say you're an artist and you sing a song and you generate income from that, royalties. You write a book and you generate income from that. Whatever you use, there's lots of things out there that you can generate income from without having to get up and go to work.
Right.
So whenever those income can take care of all your expenses, then you're financially independent. So you can do with your time, you can work if you want to, or you can do other things with your time, like generate more income, right? Because the more streams of income you have will determine how quickly you'll get there. So once someone show you how to generate passive income, what you're going to do with that income is allow that income to work for you. So you're going to make money and then you're going to send the money out to work for you. So your money is going to make more money, and then that interest that you make, you're going to put it to work for you also, and that interest is going to make more money for you. So it's called a compounding interest effect that you'll have. So you have to, once you create one passive income, you're going to think the ways is going to come opening up to you. You're going to think of other ways how to create more passive income, and the more passive income that you create is the quicker you're going to get to your financial freedom place.
Awesome. Join us in April, right, for more in-depth training on financial freedom in the ghetto, right? And we're going to be having our round table. It's only allowed for 20 entrepreneurs around the table. You can inbox me, or registration will be available on the day of the conference, where we're going to have accountants and coaches like advisors like Jossett and Latoya. You guys met her a couple of days ago, and I'm bringing in some people from New York to come in to just give us the strategic ways. Hi Kathy, thanks for joining, on how to create that income and don't leave any money on the table, because I believe that's one mistake that we make, Jossett. We tend to, as entrepreneurs, we leave money on the table and then we realize that we're broke.
Exactly.
So we want to tear down that cycle, and create more wealth right here in our communities and the nation and the world. Right. So another question that I wanted to touch on, being that I lost my husband, I wanted to talk a little bit about what is the importance of preparing for retirement, preparing for death, preparing for sickness? Why is that so important?
It is very, very, very absolutely important. And I have been going to people's homes for years and years and years and talking about creating a financial plan. A lot of times I'm talking to young people like myself, and they're thinking, well, I'm just too young to think about debt and dying or retirement. But it's never too late to think about that.
Right.
You know, I just had a really, really best friend, close friend of mine, who passed away my age, and you know, that just really opens up my mind and my head whenever somebody close to me pass away. Like, oh my gosh, this is real. You know, this could happen anytime to anyone. So it's very, very important to have a plan for the future. It's better to have a plan and not use it than to not have a plan and need it and need to use it. So it's very important to secure yourself with life insurance. And the first thing that you have to think about also, especially when you're low income, think about an emergency cash flow account. You know, they say it's good to put away 6 months worth of income for emergency cash flow fund. You know, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be 6 months. It could be a year. It could be 3 months. It could be whatever.
I used to do $30 a month.
Right.
Jossett used to have me doing $30 a month.
It's
I was
different
22
for everyone.
years old.
Right.
And I used to do $30 because I didn't make a lot of money.
Right.
So she walked me through the steps.
And no kids.
And I didn't have no cheese.
Oh,
I didn't
I'm
have
sorry.
I did. My husband was
it's
my
gonna
only
be
dad.
different for each person. If you have kids, it might be more, you know, because then you have someone else to think about. But the point is, you have to do something, and action is better than inaction.
Right.
A lot of times people don't take action because they feel like it's not
Fear.
important for me right now.
Right.
But you start where you are and then see where it gets you, and then you can go farther from that. It doesn't matter if it's $20, it doesn't matter if it's $15 or whatever it is, you just have to start where you are. So you always want to set up a financial plan. If you can't afford a financial planner, then do it yourself. Get a pen and piece of paper and plan your financial future. Write it down, set goals.
Can you tell us some of the things that we need to have on a financial plan? Maybe 4 things that we need to start with at the top of our financial plan, or
Sure.
3?
Yeah, sure. Well, the first thing you should think about is life insurance.
Life
You
insurance
have to cover
is one.
yourself. Cover the breadwinner. If you are the breadwinner in your family, what would happen if your family lose you? What would happen if you come out of the picture? So you have to set yourself up with life insurance. So just in case something should ever happen to you, then your family will be taken care of. So the first thing will be life insurance. After that, you have to think about your future. So you have to think about retirement.
Okay.
What's going to happen? A lot of times people work for 40 years of their life, and at the end of that, when they're 65 or 70 or they're ready to retire, they're like, where did 40 years go? I can't even afford to retire. Wow. I have to continue working because there's no plan. There wasn't any long-term plan because they felt, well, I'll have Social Security. This is America, right? But when you look at Social Security, it might not be able to
maintain
your lifestyle. So let's say you have a house and the mortgage is not paid off, then would you be able to afford to do that? Let's say you didn't have a house and you're paying rent. Would you still be able to live in that place? Would you still be able to afford the rent? So you have to think about your future. What's going to happen when I'm no longer working? So that's the second step. Okay. The third step is, what's my plan to create wealth? Because I don't want to just live here and just exist and then die. I work my whole life and then I die. So I want to be able to leave a legacy for my children and my children's children and whoever is going to benefit from my legacy. So what's my plan on leaving that legacy? What am I going to do? So you have to have that in your plan also. so that could include your passive income plan.
Okay.
And even if you have a job, because you have to start somewhere, so we all start off at a job.
Yes, we do.
Even if you have a job, in fact, there are people out there that feels like having a job is the worst way to make money. It's just the worst way, but you have to start somewhere. But let's say you have a plan to own a business, because creating a business does not put a gap on your income.
Right.
Because now you can decide what your income is going to be. You can decide how much income you can generate. It could be any business. It could be a franchise, and you can have many franchises. You can have 10 of those if you want. But if you have a job, you can't have 10 of them, because you only have so much time in the day to work.
Yeah, you
right?
give 8 hours to your job.
And that's it, and you go home. So if you create a business, then you can have a much better plan than if you just have a job. So now, in that financial plan, you have to have a plan as how are you going to create a business. And if you're not a business person, you can create a business that someone else runs.
Yeah.
A lot of people are scared to have a business because they're like, well, I'm not a business person. You can buy a business and you just owns it, and everybody works there like a franchise. You don't have to work there, right? You don't have to run it, pay somebody to run it. But my point is to get you to start thinking outside the box, get you to start thinking that this is possible for me. A lot of times people think it's not possible. But let me open up your eyes just a little bit. Mm-hmm. In America today,
right?
You can Google it. 1,700 people are becoming millionaires a day.
Per day.
Every day. That works out to about 70 people an hour in America today. So,
these are at home.
This is every day.
At home.
Okay, so if 70 people in America today are becoming millionaires, why not you? So
hello, glam girls.
It's definitely possible. A lot of times we don't see the possibilities. But if you forget about where you are for a minute, forget about who you are, forget about who your parents are, forget about what they told you about money, and just think of the abundance and the possibilities, then it will get you to start thinking of, maybe it's possible for me. Just maybe it is possible for me. Because a lot of times we believe all the negative stuff that we hear.
Yes.
We get to believe it, and our subconscious mind has that in our head.
Last night we talked about that.
And we think, oh, this is not possible for me. Oh, it can happen to that girl, but it can't happen for me. But that's a lie. It can happen for you. It can happen for everybody. You just have to see the possibilities, and you have to take steps. You have to take action.
Action.
Nothing's going to happen if you just sit home on the couch. You have to take action.
Yes, like I'm on my couch right now. Just sit
you
down
have to take action
chill.
Towards what you want
to drink.
what you want to do. So you first think about it, then you write it down, and then you take action towards it. Because you know what? According to the law of attraction, once you start taking action towards your goal, it's going to start coming towards you.
Definitely.
It comes towards you. So now you're going to meet the right people, you're going to come into the right circumstances, you're going to go into the right circle, and all of that is going to attract to you the things that you're wanting to get you to the next level. But you have to first make that first step. So once you make that first step, you're well on your way. Everything else will just start to fall in place.
So does that mean that when you, like I always say here, when you start your journey, help will come along?
Absolutely.
Right?
You have to start.
In your financial journey, do you believe that on that small amount of income, right, that you can accomplish all those things if you discipline yourself and take action?
Absolutely. If you discipline yourself and take action, you will get there. And as you say, help will come along. A lot of times once we open up our minds to the possibilities and we tell ourselves, this is what I have to do, or for the next 3 months, I'm not going to go eat out, or for the next 3 months, I'm not going to buy a new shoes or something like that.
Shopping, women. Shopping.
If you tell yourself, Rabbit, I don't need any more shoes. If you tell yourself, definitely,
Shopping.
I'm going to do something, then you're disciplining your mind to not do it. And then now what is happening is you're telling your subconscious mind, I'm very serious about this goal. I'm really serious about this goal because I am sacrificing new shoes. I'm sacrificing not going to the movies, or I'm not
like
going to
most
the restaurant.
of the glam girls are at Panther right now watching the movie, and they should be hearing this, but y'all can replay.
So once you discipline your mind to do the thing that you ought to do to get to where you need to get to, then your subconscious mind will get it. It will say, oh, this girl is serious.
How do you train your mind concerning finances? Because we don't like to talk about money.
Right.
We run away from the disciplinary action of achieving our goals concerning money. We always want to do that. We run away from the topic. We don't want to sit at the table. It's too painful to discuss life insurance, health insurance, all kind of insurance, renter's insurance, you name the insurances. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about saving and budgeting. But how do we reprogram our minds to change that attitude that we have concerning finance? Okay, so you have to reprogram your mind, or I would call it flip the switch. Okay.
You have to flip the switch in your head to, first of all, believe that you can achieve something. Because a lot of times our subconscious mind tell us that, well, it can happen for someone else but not us. So the first thing is that belief. The Bible talks about faith. So you have to have that faith in yourself, faith in the future. Right. So once you have that belief and that faith that it's possible for you, then the next thing that you would have to do is open up your eyes to the fact that life is real, this is real, and these things can happen to you, which means you can die and leave young kids, or you can work for 40 years and get to the end of your work years and ready for retirement and have no money
and
in
have
the
to go to Stop and Shop and buy groceries at 80 years old.
At 80 years old. So you have to think that this is real and this can happen, and this can happen to you. And once you see that it can happen to you, then that should scare you. It should be really scary for you to think about
a good fear.
Being 80 years old and still thinking about going to work. That should scare you. And if that scares you enough, then you'll start to think, well, I have to think of a way. I know there's a better way. There's got to be a better way. So what is the way, and how can I get there? So how you get there is, like I say, you have to write down that goal. And I want to help people to get that goal tonight. So we're going to do a quick exercise to get you to have a figure or a goal in your head or on paper to write it down. And that exercise is, I would like for you to make a list of all your expenses, whatever that expense could be.
Everything. Don't leave nothing. Renters, insurance, light, gas, cable, phone, cell phone, you name
everything.
Food,
Utilities,
pennies, Victoria's Secret, whatever.
Student loan, credit cards,
all of
that, every day. Once you come up with that figure is going to be different for everyone. But once you come up with that figure, let's say that figure is $3,000 a month. Once you get that figure in your head, I want you to hold that figure in your head. I want you to draw a circle on a page and put that figure inside that circle. That's going to be your new goal. That figure is going to be your new goal.
Can y'all see that? 4,000.
4,000. So now you're going to start to work towards generating $4,000 worth of passive income. whatever that is for you. It's passive income, meaning
I'm
you did
taking
not
notes.
have to get out of bed to go to work for it. So you can own properties all over the world. It doesn't have to be the house you live in. It could be wherever. You can figure out where you can buy a property for less than what it's worth.
Right.
Fix it up and sell it, or rent it out, or whatever it is for you. I like real estate just because. But whatever it is for you, it doesn't have to be real estate. Real estate is just like the quickest, easiest way. But it doesn't have to be real estate. It could be something else.
It could be internet marketing if you're good at the computer. It could be life coaching, and Onish Impacting the Masses offer all those. It could be health coaching. It could be finance. If you're good at, you're a good writer, a story write. You could write a book and generate income. And when you're generating income with your book, it's up to you how much money you want to make from your book.
Yeah, and I think everybody should write a book because everyone has a story.
Yes.
You can talk about your life, or you can talk about yourself, or you can talk about anything. Everybody should write a book.
Everybody should write a book. We should have a book club.
Yeah, everybody should write a book.
Oprah has a book club, and everybody writes a book in her club. We should have a book club.
Everybody has a story.
Yes.
Every one of us have a story. We can talk about our stories, or we can just write about our passion. Whatever you love, whatever you like, talk about that in the book. And that's a book. You can sell it online. And that's one way to generate passive income. You can do ebook. Ebook are very, very easy to sell, and you can market it online, and you can sell that. You can sell your services, like financial services, what I'm doing. You can sell whatever it is that you want that can generate that passive income into your life, because you have to have something that's creating wealth while you sleep. Yes. And that's the only way to achieve financial independence, is to be able to create wealth while you sleep.
I don't know if you remember, we used to go over Napoleon Hill.
Absolutely. And that's where we started.
I remember you used to teach on the pencil, on how powerful it is to sell one pencil to generate millions. And I remember you teaching a class on the power of a penny.
Right.
And how a penny could compound to $1 million. Those things stuck with me. So now those strategies, I use them
because
in my classes. Because they don't
teach us that in school.
They don't.
They tell us to get credit cards.
Yep.
And in credit cards, we get 10 of them, and then we max them out. And the compounding interest on credit cards keeps us in debt, because that's what they want. They want us to be consistently in debt, so we'll never get out of the rat race. But what I teach is how to use a penny and allow compounding interest to get you out of debt. Powerful. Because if you can save and invest into a vehicle that allows you to generate compounding interest, and you use that interest and you reinvest the interest, and you keep reinvesting the interest, an effect that is called compounding interest will have a positive impact on your financial life. And it's mind-blowing when you think of a penny compounding over a certain period of time.
Y'all gotta come to class. Y'all gotta come to class. Come to class. Come to class in April to get more of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that sauce right there. Enough of that sauce. Y'all gotta come get that, because when I tell you it's a powerful tool, this pen right here, how many pens they sell like this per day? And they sell them in packs. Millions. You can do the same.
Yeah.
You can do the same.
You just have to start thinking differently. We have this job mentality. We don't think entrepreneurial. We have this job mentality, and we think that we have to just get up and go to work for a living. That's a lie.
It is. I can attest to that, because owning my beauty salon taught me the skill set that I developed over those years. Owning the salon is what I teach now. And I tell people that in business, if you see where the market is not going the way you're going, don't stay there. because sometimes you stay there and then you're in trouble because then your interest is not compounding for you.
Right.
You know,
change and
the market change and
it.
you have to change with it.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot sit and wait for the market to change and then you're like, oh, it's going to get better. Don't you see?
Go with the flow of life.
There you go. You know?
Go with the flow. It shouldn't be hard. You shouldn't be doing this. It should flow and it should be easy. Once you're in flow, you're in sync, and then things will start happening for you faster and faster because you're going with the flow. You're not going against the grain.
So if you're in, you know, any kind of business tonight and this class is going to be, this little tip is important to you, I want you to inbox me or inbox Jossett for more information and how she could meet with you one-on-one personally and empower you to win in your finances, because a lot of us love motivation, we love empowerment, but we don't want to talk about the money, which is what's going to keep us alive.
Or we don't have someone to push us to take action.
There you go. So my last question tonight is, do you believe, strongly believe, that in the ghetto that we could find strength together and break that, you know, I call it a virus of poverty in our communities and teach others how to create wealth? Do you believe that it's possible for us to do that?
It's definitely possible for us to do that, but I believe that in the ghetto, one of the reasons why we stay poor or we stay in lack is because we're so focused on that. And energy goes where energy flows where attention goes. So once your attention is on the fact that you don't have this, you don't have that, you know, my kids can't go to the right school, or I'm not driving the right car, or I don't have a house. Once you create that lack in your head, then you stay there. So I believe that we have to empower one another, empower each other to change our thinking, change the way we see ourselves, change the way we feel about ourselves, and change the fact that we can get better. And one way to do that is stop focusing on what you don't have. First of all, be grateful for what you have. It doesn't matter what it is.
Thankfulness. Be
grateful and thankful for where you are. It doesn't matter where you are in the ghetto, right? I was born in the worst ghetto I can ever think of, and everybody can get out of it. But you have to be thankful and grateful that you were even born. It doesn't matter where you were born or how, but just be thankful and grateful. And then after that, start focusing on what you want. Start focusing on where you want to go. And stop thinking so much about where you are, you know. So that's the major thing is if we focus on where we are, we're never going to get out of there. We're going to stay there because you're going to get more of that. The universe will bring to you what you are. So what you are, you have to make yourself become the person you want to become. Feel like you're already that person.
Yes, I'm a millionaire.
Yes. You ever hear about fake it till you make it? Fake it till you make it.
Faith it. Faith
it till you make it.
Yes, not
right?
fake. Faith.
So you have to be that person already.
Yes.
On the inside. Whatever that person is that you want to be, you have to be that. And the law of attraction will attract to you that which you're being.
Yes.
So you have to be that already. It doesn't matter where you are, if you're in the ghetto or not. So once you are thinking that way, like, okay, this is the person who is going to be this superstar over here, and you're thinking about that, that's what you're going to generate in your life, more of that, because you attract more of who you are on the inside. So abundance and wealth start from the inside out. It doesn't start somewhere out there. It's all in here, because all the magic of the universe and of God and of all of that is inside of us.
Yes.
Everything that we want is inside of us. Everything that we want to be is already inside of us. We just have to draw that out, and we just have to believe that it's there, and it's time for us to pull that magic out of us. So how we can empower one another in the community is to talk about those things. Mm-hmm. Talk about the things that we don't want to talk about. Talk about empowering each other. Talk about the fact that we should not be focused on lack, and we should be focused on the abundance that is in the world. Think of the abundance that's in the world. If you just close your eyes and think of the abundance that's in the world, just take that in. Then you know that you are a part of that. You are a part of that. You are that. So you have to focus on that, that which is inside of you, that little golden nugget. Just have it grow and expand and to become that golden Buddha outside of you. And then you can become who you truly are. And then you will see yourself going closer and closer towards your goal. And once you have a clear path as to how to get there, and you start working towards getting there, your goal it can take you 5-10 years. It doesn't matter how long or how many years it takes you, as long as you find a path.
Yes,
you have to find a path. Because if you're in this maze, you're in a forest, right, and you're walking around and you're lost in this forest and you can't see a way out, you're going to keep walking around forever. So as long as you find a path, then you just take your time on that path and do the things that you know you need to do to get to where you want to do. Because a lot of times we're just lazy. We're downright lazy. Like
me, who don't want to go to yoga class.
So yes, if you know, let's say, you wanna generate X amount of income, then there are certain steps that you have to take. Maybe you have to go back to school. I don't know. It depends on your goal. Whatever it is that you have to do to get there, you just have to make up your mind to do it. Because once you start, then you'll find the strength and the motivation to do it. And then you'll keep on that path.
Thank you so much, Jossett, for all that information. It's a lot to digest.
Yes.
But it's empowering. It's empowering of the mind. It will empower you to win, and it will help you to help someone else.
Absolutely.
You know, remember, do your homework, which is write down all your expenses, and then see the total amount, and then put an arrow there to say, what must I do to create more money so that I don't live paycheck to paycheck? Okay? And if I tell you guys all the time, I have a vision board in my room that I rise every morning, and it tells me my numbers, what my goal is, right? So I know every nation, every country that I want to travel to, impacting the masses. It's on my wall, so I see it. I, Camille, will travel the nation, empowering people to win, helping them to maximize their potentials, creating action steps to help them to achieve their goals. So that's my motto. You know, just find one sentence to explain your business, to explain who you are, and repeat that every single day. You know, you don't have to create 2-3 sentences, just one sentence. I, Pia Johns, will be the best yoga teacher that, you know, will ever live on the face of the earth. I, Maxine, will do so and so. You know, I will empower people in my own little way. You don't have to be on front page like me. I'm just enough, you know. And my goal, Jossett, is to, by the end of this year, I will travel at least 15 countries, empowering women to win, empowering women to reinvent themselves, to understand that you're not alone.
Right. I'll just say something. Whatever you want, wants you.
Yes.
And you'll move towards it. And what I want to say, you see, your passion, you just use your passion to create a business.
Right.
And that's what we're empowering people to do. Think of your passion. What is it that you're passionate about?
Right.
What is it that you love? You know, all of us have a desire, a passion inside of us. And all of us were created for something, you have to find out what's the reason am I here for? What am I here for? I love finances. I really do. And I'm not sure why, but there's something about finances that just get my blood pumping, just get my juices flowing. So maybe my goal here is to teach that. Whenever I teach that, I feel empowered.
Right.
So maybe that's what I was created to do. You have to find what it is for you, and you use your passion to create an income like you did. And what is going to happen? What's on your vision board that you wake up and dream of every day? It's in front of you. Not only are you going to hit that target, you're going to surpass it.
Right.
You're going to so much surprise yourself. That happens to me all the time.
Right.
I'll set a goal, and then I see it happen, and I'm like, how comes it happened so fast? I was expecting it, but not today.
Right.
So, it comes quickly when you focus on it and when you believe it. And whatever you believe in, whatever you can see, whatever you can visualize, you can achieve that. It's achievable as long as it's clear in your mind and you know this is exactly what I want to do, and you write it down and you believe it 100%, then it's clear in your mind. Those are biblical principles. Those are not things that I created.
Yeah, because the Bible teaches us how to create wealth. A lot of entrepreneurs you see out there, John Maxwell, Les Brown, you name it, Mike Murdoch, you name it, Napoleon Hill. If you check their studies and you check and read their books, I still have some of the books under there. If you read their books, you will find the book of Proverbs are in a lot of their studies.
Books. It's biblical, and everybody talk about the same thing.
The same thing.
It goes back to the same thing in a different way, and the Bible teaches that whatever your eyes can see. You remember, God was saying to Daniel, "As far as your eyes can see, that I will give to thee." So it's saying, listen, visualize. What is your vision? What's your vision? Can you see it? If you can see it, it's yours.
Yeah.
If you can see it, it's yours. It's right there in the Bible. But a lot of times we read the Bible and we don't understand the Bible.
That's why it also says that, write the vision and make it plain. And without a vision, we perish. Right? Because we don't have an understanding. Because your vision is really your purpose,
Right.
Your vision is like I told you guys before, and I expressed to you before, is when you put your vision on a vision board or put it on a piece of paper and pin it on your wall. Like, for instance, you guys see this here, Onish Impacting the Masses, Reinvent Yourself. And I have Wake Up and Live. This one here says Onish Impact the Masses, inspirational speaker. This wall keeps me inspired. It keeps me going every day. It reminds me of where I'm going. And that picture is up there of myself. And people might say, why she have a picture up there of herself? Because my goal is to believe in myself, wake up and live, and impact the masses.
Exactly.
So I put it in front of me as a reminder of what my goal and my vision is.
Right.
And the masses means the world.
Right.
Right? I won't stop until 1,000 families are empowered and debt-free.
Absolutely.
Because I'm tired of seeing our people living paycheck to paycheck.
Absolutely.
And not thriving but surviving. Because they have taught us how to jump over a bridge to be broke. So they give us just enough. My pastor Birmingham was talking about that on Wednesday. They give us just enough to buy a car.
Right.
We can only get certain cars.
Right.
We can only buy certain houses.
And they give us just enough to come back to work the next day.
Just enough for you to come back the next day. But when you sit in your creative space and you begin to write and begin to let it out and then take actions upon what you have just written, you're unstoppable. Absolutely. And that's what I did. For years, I wrote, I write and write and write. And one day, one of my girlfriends came here. She's in the military. I was doing her dreads. And she said, I had a dream that you're a millionaire. I said, girl, bye. She, she said to me, she said, no, she said, you right. And you never tell nobody that you right. Why? And I said to her, I said, Pumpkin, we call her Pumpkin because she's, you know, she works for the military high position, so I can't reveal her name. And she said to me, she said, let me see it. So I pulled it out. And when she saw it, she said, do you know how much money you're sitting on? And she counted my poems. And I had over 400 poems that's never been said, that's never been exposed to anyone. And she said to me, she said, now you have more. And we opened up and I found a book that I wrote when I was like 21, 22. That's when I first met you. And the book has 8 chapters, right? And then we looked and we dig and we found so much other stuff. And she said, well, let's get to work. So you find the people on your journey,
right,
that's going to help you to get where you need to go. Right? You're not alone. That's why I started Glam Girls Empowerment. It's not a movement. It's just an empowering stage to help us to learn, to reach in the depths of our soul for the better us.
Right.
Absolutely. So that we can empower the next generation.
Right.
So that we can, you know, that gap that's broken, we can fill it up. Right? Because Jossett has children. I have younger sisters and brothers that I don't want them to ever lack anything in their lives.
Right.
Well, granted, they're doing well. One's a nurse. One has business degree. They got all kind of stuff going for themselves. But at the same time, I don't want them to have that mindset. They have to go to work. They're uncomfortable. I want them to see that there's a different way of life.
Right. Absolutely.
And that it can be done. Mm-hmm. You know, once you make up in your mind that it can be done, it will be done. If you get up and put, like I tell you guys, Nelson Mandela said, put one foot in front of the other and look towards the sun. The sun is constantly moving.
Right. Absolutely.
So if you follow the sun and keep going, there's no way you will miss your step. Mm-hmm. Because that light will always be there to guide you. Right? So in your financial, you just keep stepping. Like right now, I'm going to keep stepping. If y'all coming along, just come on. Join me on March the 10th, 2018 at 2 p.m. at the Comfort Inn in Rocky Hill, right behind the Red Lobster. Get your tickets because I think I only have 15 seats left.
Okay.
And you know what, people? I could say this. I appreciate all of you guys for the love and the support. And this channel in itself has helped so many people. At night, I can't sleep because I get so much text messages, so much inbox messages on how much the group has been helping them to grow and change their businesses, their finances, their health, you know. Someone inboxed me and they're like, okay, I want to get to Coach Pia because the yoga has really opened me up. And she only watched 10 minutes of it because she was at work. So women out there that are on the channel that's doing your thing, tomorrow night we'll be graced with Michelle, Lady Lise from Alabama.
Wow.
Yes, so she will be talking
I'm
about
looking forward to it.
Her journey on leaving her job and becoming an entrepreneur and starting her blog. And starting, her radio station. So that in itself empowered me when I heard her story. And she found me by listening to me on WKND. And then, like, everybody that follows her started following me and inboxing me. Can I be a part of your journey? Can I be a part of your journey? Hey, Malicia.
Wonderful.
So tomorrow night, join us for that. Malicia, oh, honey, I'm so sorry for you. You're going to have to replay this one. She's troublemaker, I'm telling you. She will be here, Power of Networking for Strength of a Woman. And that's my story. I just dragged everybody else along to help me on my journey. The Strength of a Woman is my story, but I'm sure it's every woman's story.
Right.
The strength of a woman.
Absolutely. Very important.
Very important. So remember to grab your tickets. The tickets are $45. And remember, live with passion. Love until you can't love anymore. Give somebody a hug, a kind word, a smile.
Yeah.
Laugh. Learn to save your money. I have a penny pan in my room, and I save all my quarters, my dimes, my nickels, my pennies. You know why? Because at a point in my life, I remember when I didn't have, right? And you guys will learn more about me as you go along. When I didn't have anything, and Jossett can tell you, and she used to always say, you gotta save your money, baby girl. Put $5 aside, $2 aside. And
we've all been there.
One day, from me listening and taking action, I got to a place where I didn't have no rent. Okay, hear me. My rent is $1,200, and I didn't have no rent. So I emptied out the pan, and the pan had $1,260.
Wow.
I went to
that's.
I went to TD Bank and emptied out. Remember, they had that penny machine in there, and then I emptied it out. The late Maxine's sister was there, and she said, Camille, you're something else. I said, girl, you just don't even know right now, you know? And at the time, I thought that, I was like, I'm going to be homeless. Where am I going to go? I'm going to have to go to Jossett House or Maxine or somebody. But it's good to put some money aside, you know?
We've all been there where we feel like this is rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it can't get any worse. Like, what the heck just happened to me?
Mm-hmm.
So we've all been there. However, you just got to pick yourself back up.
Yes.
Still keep that spunk,
mm-hmm.
and still keep that passion, and
yes.
still keep that belief that I'm going to get to where I want to. Devil, you're not going to get me down. You can
yes.
get me down, but you're not going to keep me there.
Yes.
And just pick yourself back up and keep moving. Keep moving and look to the sun.
Yes.
Like Nelson Mandela said, and keep one foot in front of the
other.
other.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll frightened to see how much you'll pick yourself back up.
Yes.
And we all need a shoulder
to lean
sometimes.
on. Yes.
To lean on. We need sisters, like empowering sisters that we can call upon, and that we can cry on, and that we can get our strength.
Oh, Melissa, I'll call you when I'm done.
That we can gain strength from one another,
mm-hmm.
and pick each other up. The Bible tells you to do that. Pick each other up, and they'll say positive words to each other that can empower each other and pick each other up and help each other on their journeys.
Yes. So again, this is Glam Girls Empowerment. Thank you so much for joining us. A place where you can reveal your truth without feeling that you are being judged. And a place where you will find health coaches, yoga instructors. Now we have a financial advisor. Like a couple nights ago, we had an accountant. So we're growing, we're expanding. We have life coaches. We also have a human resource coach. Right?
Wonderful.
Which is like out the box, because we don't think that as business owners we need human resources in our business. So Melissa breaks that down for us, and you guys heard from her already, and she will be back definitely. We also just added to the group, we have a fashion designer. We just added a makeup artist, and so we're growing, because I don't just put everybody in the group. You have to want what we're offering in order for me to add you there. I don't care if it's 3 people and we're effective. I rather that than it's 10,000 people and we're not effective.
That makes sense.
Right? So Glam Girls is an effective ground. And remember, on February 24th, like I'm just a billboard, I gotta announce it. On February 24th, join Miss Stephanie France. Don't forget, people, get your tickets. It's only $20. Support her to get your 2018 Women Empowerment Calendar. You can follow her on Facebook, Her Relentless Ambition, or follow her by her name, Stephanie France. And then you have Miss Tyra Renee. She will be doing Black Girls Rock right here in Bloomfield. Stephanie will be in Middletown, so I'll be running back and forth, right? So Stephanie starts at 1, finishes at 3, and Tyra is from 1 to 5. So I'll have enough time to get back and spend time with both of them. But please, you guys, get your tickets. Tyra tickets are $15, I'm sorry, for her pop-up shop. And it's the same thing. Supporting one another. Right. Being there for each other. Because at the end of the day, when you put your event on, I'm sure you want me to come. Right? You want me to come show my big mouth. And my big teeth, right? You know, and I want you to come to our events, and we want to support you. So join us on March 10th. Join us in April. I will be traveling, so the channel will be still operating, whether I'm near or far. You don't need me to function. I will be traveling for a couple days for my birthday, and then I'll be back.
But that's the power of a business. You don't have
and
to.
I'm gonna make some connections
You
while
can
I'm
move with it.
Yes, I'm gonna be connecting while I'm away. We are gonna be traveling to Alabama.
Okay.
Yes, we are going to Alabama. Miss Michelle, Lady Lisa wants us there. So
oh.
A team of us are going to Alabama.
Oh.
That's going to be
when
fun. Soon.
Okay.
We're looking at Mother's Day.
Keep
so
me posted.
yes. And then in June, I think Margaret had planned a spa day for women, and I think it's only like 30 women that she's inviting. So you guys stay tuned. Stay tuned for all of those upcoming exciting events. I will be traveling to St. Vincent as well soon. So connections, things are happening. You guys stay in the loop and be a part of the journey, because we want you to win. Because wherever I go, whoever want to go with me, you're welcome to come. I'm not a selfish person. You could hop on the plane and we go together. Take the time off your job. All right. So have a good night. Melissa.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Very nice. Thanks for having me on
You're so
your
welcome.
team.
Yes, I'm happy to have you. Jossett Hill. You could inbox her for all your information concerning your finances. Like, she's about to do my taxes. You know, and I got business and personal. I got a mess going on. You know, but she's very good. Good night, Maxine. Oh, Maxine, watched it till it ends tonight. Girl, you ain't sleeping? Usually she don't watch it till it ended, so something's not right tonight. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. Have a beautiful night. Let's see who was here. Dwayne in Jamaica. Shirley. Hey, Mama Shirley, thank you for watching. Margaret is there. Kathy's paparazzi, thank you for watching. Coach Pia, thank you for watching. Pia is going to be live at on March 10th. She's a really great yoga and Pilates instructor. She does fitness too, but her primary focus is on meditation and yoga and aromatherapy. And you know, I did one of her classes, and I'm telling you, I don't regret it. So you should try one of her classes. She'll meet with you one-on-one. Margaret focuses on health coaching. She focuses on losing weight in your stomach and building core strength. So that's good. And then, you know, like lazy me, I ain't doing none of it. Forget it. I'll go with Maxie to Zumba and dance, and I'm good. Right, Max? Good night, you guys. I'm out of here.